Hello survivors, welcome to another Soulstone survivor video. In today's video we have the ultimate beam build, or at least in my opinion the ultimate beam build in Soulstone survivors. So let's get straight into it, and this is what it looks like. It is completely insane. We've got exposed, dazed, brittle, everything that you can think of on all of them. We've got doom, burn, slow, icy veins and haste as well. And then we've got every single negative effect in the book, and now we're going to go and we've also got ourselves Divine Legacy and Synergetic. The Synergetic was just there to help us get the negative effects going, so getting things like dismemberment and stuff like that, getting all of the doom to poison, or the burn to slow, and so on and so forth. So that was the point of that, getting ourselves as much of this. I think we've already got all of these, so we don't need more of them. One is fine. That's perfect. Again, don't need those anymore. Slow to disarray will actually grab. The rest of them we don't want, because we want a lot of disarray in this, and we're looking for beautiful things, more disarray, and then more multicast from everything else. So disarray, multicast, cast frequency, and then obviously all of the damage upgrades. The nice thing about these skills is all of them have the lasting tag, which makes it that things like the purple, the epic upgrades for lasting is going to affect absolutely every single skill, and that is going to make us very, very powerful. So if we take a look somewhere over here, like there we go, we got multicast chance from it, you get damage increase from it, and you get area of effect from it, and that's going to work on every single one of them. So frost beams, lasting, all of them have the lasting tag to it, and that's going to make them very, very powerful compared to, you know, changing them to another skill. Now, some things to note is the most important thing is when you're running the fourth rune. I was going to run something like, let's say, what's the wording for it? The ammunition, or something like prowess, but or battle proficiency. Unfortunately, they don't work very well with this type of build, and the reason for that is because they don't actually have very low cooldowns. So because they have high cooldowns, we don't often see the actual ammunition proc or the proc of everything else often enough. So we don't run anything like that. We just run sure-footed for the defenses, and the rest is needed. The Synergetic, Divine Legacy, and Multicast Mastery. Multicasting on beams makes them tick faster, and it also makes you deal more damage with them. So that's also why we do it. Multicast on the Ray of Doom and the Ray of Fire makes it so that you have multiple of them. The original amount is only 2, so you've only got one going, or 2 going around you in the opposite direction, and they, not the opposite direction, but in the same direction, one going like polar opposites, and then they rotate around you like clock hands. But with multicast, you actually cast multiple of them, and when you do, it will then put them on the, let's say they're on the y-axis, it will then put the next 2 on the x-axis, and then it will obviously, like the same way you cut a cake, essentially is how that they start to multiply on themselves or around your character, and that just makes them deal so much damage, because each beam is what deals damage, and only deals damage when it hits the enemy, not while the enemy is standing in it. So only the hit actually deals damage. Over here you can see this gains 40, this gains 60 multicast, sorry, it's 60 and 60, but the 48 multicast on absolutely everything is worth so much more for us. Cast frequency is also fantastic, so we're going to grab that and get more there. We've also got the multicast over here for the beam skills themselves, because they're all frontal, where these guys aren't, so we do have to look at that as well. But let's go on to the next round over here, because that first round, it just felt like so easy, so pleasurable, you know, even though you can't see what's happening on your screen, because everything is dying so quickly. We haven't really had to worry about getting hurt until now, when everything wasn't set up correctly, but there we go. Also, something interesting that I didn't mention is, yes, this is beam builds. We're using 6 of them, 7 if you wanted. So if you wanted to use improved repertory, you could run Holy Beam on the Arcane Weaver. You could get an 8 beam from the Arcane Weaver's artifact power, because if you take a look at the name of our artifact power, yes, you are correct. It is called Mana Beam. So we have a lot of beams in this build. We did get our Ascension up and running now, which also gives us a lot of damage, movement speed, area, and multicast, which is going to help us stay alive now, because as you can see, we've been taking a lot of damage from everything. And I'm going to try and do this without visually seeing anything. That's like the most enjoyable part of it. And we've also got some things to do here. We don't need the crit anymore, so now I'm going to look for defenses and then cast frequencies and things like that. Magnetic's good, that's good. That should be fine. I think their cooldown is low enough, so I'll go with that. Grab Unbreakable, some movement speed's good for us. More multicasting. The fire's perfect. We need more of that. Disarray as well. I am looking for more life, so if we could get a big life upgrade, that would be fantastic. But we don't have any rerolls because we needed to grab the skill mastery shadow, fire, and electric, and that's going to help us get the skills that we needed. So lightning beam, ray of fire, and ray of doom. The other 3 beam skills are native to the Arcane Weaver, and that's also why we're using her, because it's a lot easier to get them on the character. Alright, armor is good. Get ourselves the damage with bleed and more movement speed, damage, and we can get area of effect and the damage over here. Beautiful. I did struggle to find ourselves the ray of fire before we landed up running out of rerolls. It did take me quite a long time. It took me a full cycle. So we found it at the very beginning of Overlord Cycle 1. That's why the video you saw started only at Cycle 1 or 2, sorry, Cycle 2. But it is what it is. It's not really the end of the world. It doesn't matter too much. But not everything is found immediately, and it does make a big difference sometimes to the upgrades that you get, especially since you get 50 levels in the first wave. So that's 2 Divine Legacies. But I mean, as long as you have at least 2 of the units that you need, you're going to get the upgrades to the damage and multicast. And as soon as you get the skills that you do need or that you're going to use, it's going to land up affecting them regardless. But that is the build. Let me know what you guys think about it down in the comment section. I love it. It looks good. It feels good. It's not going to get you very far because defenses suck on it, but that doesn't matter. It's about having fun and enjoying yourselves, and that's exactly what we did. Frost Beam dealing the most amount of damage. That is actually insane, with Ray of Doom and Ray of Fire coming in afterwards, because these are mostly debuffs. But there you go. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this in the future. And always remember, keep safe, survivors. Until next time, cheers.